Hey y'all, happy Friday. I'm going to turn off this light because it's a little bit harsh, but I wanted to come on live. Questlove had a word and I hope you listen to it. Tap on it in my stories. And he's talking about self-care is what it boils down to. And, we may joke that our parents who are of a different generation, hey, Evan, good to see you. They're of a different generation and they tend to watch the television because they're home more than anybody. Hey, Michonne, how are you doing? But we do too. We're a country, a world that is inundated with information, probably more than we need, on CNN, any cable news network, social media. We just are inundated with it. And with COVID-19, coronavirus is it's being called, it's very easy to get absolutely, somebody's texting me at the same time. Somebody tag Jalen Bledsoe and tell him to come in here instead of texting me. Anyway, it's very easy to get caught up. So what are you doing to take care of yourself during this time? And yeah, this is beyond washing the hands. You got to do that. Wash the hands. Keep your hands off your face. Let's see. I'm going to turn this way. I think the light is really harsh in here today. Wash your hands. Don't go to these large gatherings. CDC is telling you that. So if you haven't heard from your pastor, you haven't heard from whatever event that you're planning, if you can log on and stream, please do. These are the health implications, but I want to talk about the mind and the heart. I remember when my dad was teaching me BASIC, and that's a program language, okay? Like they call it coding now, but it's programming is what they used to call it. And there was a saying, they would say garbage in, garbage out. And that meant that if you fed the computer garbage, you were going to get garbage out. And the reverse is true. If you feed good things into the computer, you were going to get good things out. Think of yourself like a large CPU. Now we have a heart, we have a soul, we have all of that. But the same is true. If you feed yourself positive things are going to come out. Now let's talk about what's in between the in and the out. It's what's here and what's here. And if you are feeding yourself panic information that has you all anxious, anxiety ridden, all of that good stuff. Can you imagine what's going to happen here before this happens? Right. So I encourage you to do a few things. One, turn it off. Take a break. Shut down Instagram. Shut down Twitter. Give yourself a break. Turn off the news. Shut it down. Give yourself time to think. Give yourself time to be with your family. This is all forcing us to go home. And I think there's something there. So where it all starts, it's the most important thing. And if you can focus on what's important right now, your well-being, your family's well-being, nobody else. And if you can do a little business online, then great. But at the end of the day, all of these companies have reminded us that the people are the most important thing. Why do you think South by Southwest, one of the first ones to call it and pull the trigger, just pull that trigger, boy, that was beast. They did it before anybody. That's leadership. Do you know how much money is at stake for South by Southwest? But guess what? They understood the implications and the risk to the people. And if the people aren't well, the business isn't well. People first, business second. So think about yourself before you put yourself out there. I know some people that have vacations. I canceled Disney, going to Disney World long before Mickey pulled the plug. But I got to tell you, my mother asked me like 2 weeks ago, I'm really concerned about you and Joni going to Disney World. And I said, you know what? Let me tell you about Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, number one, is going to get his coins. But Mickey Mouse is not going to get sued. And sure enough, yesterday, both parks in the U.S., Disneyland, Disney World, shut down. I love seeing the notes from American Airlines, from Hilton, from gosh, you name it, where they're like, you know what? If you want to cancel your flight, if you want to cancel your trip, we won't even give you a change fee. They're putting the people first in order to maintain. Okay, there was a little bit of a blur right there. But yeah, you need to do the same thing. Put your person first. Business will be there. If you're going to lose money on a trip, it's just money. And it was supposed to be residual money if it was a vacation. Some other things you probably need to ask yourself if you were spending more than you had. But take care of yourself. Your health is important, but your spirit's important too. And so is your mind. And if you are of faith, I would encourage you to pray. Pray for the people. Pray for their health. Pray for the businesses. Because this is serious, y'all. This is a big financial impact. I don't care what they're saying in Washington. It's a huge financial impact. And if the people are sick and then the people don't have work, that compounds things. Childcare, all of that. One of my good girlfriends, Keisha Kelly, I don't know if she's in the chat right now, but she is a chief nursing officer for a large hospital organization. And I love the leadership she showed on her Instagram. If you can find her on Instagram, it's Keisha Kelly, D-O-C, Keisha Kelly. She has a PhD, so she can call herself a doctor too. But she talked about how she is feeding her brain with the right information. She's only going to the CDC. She's going to World Health Organization. She's going to San Francisco's, public health. And she's talking to her organization of healthcare providers. And that's how she's getting her. See, Keisha Kelly. She has a PhD, so she can call herself a doctor too. But she talked about how she is feeding her brain with the right information. She's only going to the CDC. She's going to World Health Organization. She's going to San Francisco's, public health. And she's talking to her organization of healthcare providers. And that's how she's getting her news. I would like to challenge you to kind of take some of these other folks out of the realm and do some of the same thing. Because you would have found out earlier that you shouldn't be going to large scale events long before people started pulling the plug. So take care of yourself, your health, your heart, your mind. Be careful what you put inside because it's going to come out one way or the other. And pray. If you don't pray, have a quiet thought for somebody, okay? That's all I got for you. I hope all of you take care, and I will see you online.